All right. Here we are. We're live. The boys are live. Hugh and Daragh's Thursday night takeaways.
Fucking title. Sorry, what a title.
Yeah, that's your title, bro, isn't it? Sorry, I just setting up there so I can see what people are saying. Is that Renners we've got in the chat already? What a boy. Yes, Renners. What are you saying?
He said, let's go. Oh, can you say my dog?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Setting up. This is the first of hopefully many Thursday night takeaways because we are far too good to play on Thursday nights. So we view this as an opportunity.
There's a certain red team who play on it.
There's a certain team from just outside Manchester in a place called Salford that play on Thursday nights. And we view this as a great opportunity to just sit here, maybe chat to some of you guys if you want to come in about City, and we'll just reflect, look forward, and enjoy these good times. Leave a like if you're here and you're enjoying it, because we will, or else. Big up Renners. He's an OG, man. He's here from the very start. He's always here. He says
he's been here for the last 3 weeks.
He's seen us progress. It's great to have him here. Anyways, Thursday night takeaways. Daragh, what are we expecting from these shows?
Takeaways the last 7 days.
Talk about the last 7 days.
Yeah, the last 7 days, takeaways, Thursday night takeaways, do it weekly. Takeaway the last 7 days. You might actually get the odd bit of takeaway, you never know. Never know with me. Like, I've not seen you ever eat a takeaway, but I get a takeaway. I just had a takeaway.
Well, if we'd gone out, if we'd gone live about an hour ago, you would have seen Daragh absolutely scranning up a filthy kebab.
I mean, I was eating during the podcast.
Yeah, he's eating during the podcast.
I wasn't meant to.
Renners has the first gold badge. Renners, if we ever have a badge system, mate, you'll have your own. You'll have your own badge. You'll have the Renners badge. Whatever.
You'll have one. It's just written R on it.
You just have a big capital R, and you can rock that, and no one can ever get one of them. Anyways, let's chat some City, because that's what our channel's for, isn't it? The Champions League. We just spent hours talking about it in the podcast, but I don't think we got all of it out. I personally felt it wasn't a good enough performance, even though we got the win, and you can't really complain about that.
I thought we were pretty poor, to be not even pretty poor. I just thought we were painfully average.
Yeah, there was no oomph about them. There was no pace or intensity, which we've been seeing so often in Premier League games. But listen, we got the win. You can't really complain about that. I just think if we had a more prolific striker than Gabriel Jesus, we get more goals. Do you agree?
He's just not it, is he? Like, I do like him. I think he's a good footballer. He dropped deep. His link-up play is very good, but he's not it when it comes to the end of it, is it?
No, man, he's not. He's just not clinical. The guy needs 7 or 8 chances just to put one in the back of the net, and that's not good enough for a team that's aspiring to win Premier Leagues and maybe, fingers crossed, at some stage win a Champions League. But listen, I said in our podcast as well that we recorded earlier on that if we were to play like we did last night against stronger opposition, like your Bayerns, like your PSGs, we'll get turned over. I mean, that's the harsh reality. Yeah, we would have. Like, our defense was good last night, considering the lack of pressure Gladbach were putting on us. But at the end of the day, it was Gladbach. And if you're playing against a team that has someone like, I don't know, Mbappe and Neymar coming at you with a Di Maria sitting behind them, or you're playing against a Bayern Munich where you've got Sané, we know all about him and what he can bring, Lewandowski, who can score goals out of nothing, which is what we wish Jesus would do, well, then we'd be caught out. And that's the harsh reality. And in order to get to the big stages of the Champions League, to get past that quarterfinal we're so used to being stuck on, the performance would have to be slightly better than it was last night. What do you think of that?
Yeah, no, I mean, if we play anywhere close to what we played last night against a big team, we'll get knocked out.
Yeah, Renner says, to be fair, some games we've just been winning boringly, 1-0, 2-0 wins. For me, the matches is more important than smashing a team now and again. Yeah, no, absolutely. That's why I'm saying I'm not really complaining, to be honest, Renners. You get the wins, you get your 3 points to the league, or you advance in the Champions League. That's true. But I'm just saying, maybe I'm just being picky for the sake of it.
Yeah, but we won't get through. We won't get through those kind of ties if we play like that. That's it. No. We won't hit them. We won't beat them 1 or 2-0 if we play like that.
Exactly. We were slightly below par. I thought going into it last night we were going to go out and really make a European statement. really show this is our year where we're really going to challenge. We shouldn't have been knocked out last season by Leon. We realised that, and this season we want to rectify that and really put in a shit and just prove to Europe. I'm not saying win the Champions League, but just get past quarterfinal for God's sake and just show it's in our locker and there's a plan in place and we see a future where these things can happen. But I don't know. Like I said, I'm being picky for the sake of it with last night's performance. I'm never going to complain about a win, especially with a clean sheet as well. But I do have my doubts that if we drew a Bayern or a PSG or someone like that, who else is there? Even Chelsea, maybe less so. But even Chelsea
you're on the fence about Chelsea, aren't you?
I'm on the fence. Yeah, I'm on the fence.
They do look good, but then again, they can drop a game like they dropped against. Remember we watched Barnsley because I had the bet in it. They were shit down there.
Chelsea, yeah, but they got that wasn't under Tuchel, was it?
Was it?
Renner says I am 50-50 on a legend Sergio's return. Why do you think that, Renners? He got 10 minutes last night there, Aguero did, and he looks the main talking point on his return was obviously his physical condition. The guy is looking wham bam. He's a big boy now. He's been smashing gym, and he's looking leaner possibly than when we saw him in December, which maybe means he's trying to maintain or rebuild maybe some lost fitness, because when you have a knee injury, there's a high possibility you will lose a certain
lungs go as well.
Exactly. So it looks to me like he's been doing his best to get himself into prime condition to be able to fight for that contract, which is in doubt at the moment. What were your thoughts on Aguero, or what are your thoughts on Aguero? I suppose because it's still kind of a mystery.
Rennes is out the saying there he thinks Pep will play a different system. I don't know. Like he seemed to be, the 10 minutes he got, he was actually playing quite deep. I think he wouldn't change the system just to suit Aguero when it's not 100% sure he's going to be fit for all of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's still a lot more to be seen with Aguero. It's still obviously, like, I think you'll agree with us as well on this one, Renners. It's always absolutely fantastic. Just for almost the nostalgia to see Sergio Aguero back on the pitch. He's just a club icon. Like we said in our podcast as well earlier on that no doubt he should have a statue for him at the Etihad, almost just for that goal he scored alone against QPR. But
he will get one. He will get one. They have plans on getting. They have plans on getting a company one already, don't they? They said that when he left.
Yeah, I think COVID's probably slowed that down massively, the company one. But he himself, David Silva and Aguero all deserve him. But in terms of Aguero's actual future, which Renners is talking about, listen, I think myself and Daragh are the exact same as you, Renners, 50-50. All we can do is hope, because I don't know what you think on Jesus, Renners, but I've said it myself so many times now on podcasts we've made and reviews we made or previews, whatever, that I don't think he's the one. I don't think he's good enough to succeed or pick up from where Aguero left off.
You always I know I always Red Brick Gaming
says knee. He will what? Red Brick
Gaming. I know
Gaming.
who he is.
You do?
Yeah, I know who he is.
Barstoolers Premier League podcast says, well, lads, have you on here as the alternative is listen to Damien Delaney on commentary. He is woeful.
I
don't know about Damien Delaney. I don't know about Damien Delaney. I think he's all right.
No, he was he's well spoken, but I don't know how good of a pundit he actually is.
I think the YouTube scene is far more better for commentary, watching live watch longs than actually listen to the boys in the studio. I've gone off watching the lads in the studio. I watched it for our game last night. Who was it? It was on Virgin Media Sports. In Ireland, we watched on Virgin Media Sports.
It was John Kerr, or Brian Kerr, Brian Kerr, Damien Delaney, and the fella who's always on it. I can't think of his name.
Was it not Damien Duff?
No, Damien Duff's the night before because he played for Chelsea. So he was the night before.
That's the one.
On commentary though, they had Niall Quinn. I love Niall Quinn, but he just doesn't watch City. You can tell by the way he was talking about, he doesn't watch City.
He's a smart man though, Quinn. He knows it's funny.
Yeah, he does. It's a good thing we had him in for a while in the actual Ireland setup, didn't we?
I interviewed Niall Quinn. I interviewed him when he got the job in the Ireland squad. Anyway, I agree with your comment in general on the people in the studio, Barstoolers Premier League podcast. I don't know which one of you it is talking right now, but I'd be the same. I'd have an alternative. Red Brick Gaming, he's your mate there, is he?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if he actually uses that channel anymore. But
listen, he's here and he's welcome. Everyone is welcome if they've got any opinions. Apparently, Aguero's started a whiskey company. He's taken from McGregor, by the looks of it. Then a whiskey. Imagine an Aguero whiskey company.
He's
You
not.
know, I wouldn't put
He's
it past
not.
him because he's
He's
well, I know he's not, but I wouldn't put it past him. He's mad, Aguero. He's do you see him when he's playing? When he's streaming on Twitch, he's playing FIFA. Oh man, he's mad. He throws his controllers at the window and stuff when it's not going well. He needs to channel that energy when he's playing FIFA or whatever. He's a big Fortnite fan with his son, and bring that onto the pitch. That's all, Aguero. That's all we want from you. MCFC Will, welcome, mate. How's it going? How are you? Bruno, we just recorded a podcast with Bruno. He says, all right, lads, he was great in the podcast. Be sure to listen to that. That comes out tomorrow evening. Esports team inbound, says B Moons.
Hopefully. We already have one fella, don't we? We already have one player in the Premier League. He's
for City.
Yeah, I can't think of his name though.
Yeah, I've seen him because they released that the City released that esports jersey earlier on in the year.
Was that like the dark paisley? It was like the flipped paisley one.
It was pretty horrible, in my opinion. Whatever
it wasn't
it was,
the ball kit though.
No, I bought the ball kit. And I was really disappointed. Yeah, I think another one of your mates there, Davin Moore.
There's Davin. Yeah, that's just him.
What's the podcast title for tomorrow? That's actually a great question. What is the podcast title for tomorrow?
Bruno's bit.
Bruno spoke really well in the podcast. Bro, let's talk a bit. Loving the jersey there, Barstoolers Premier League podcast says. I actually told it's
He gave me shit when I put it on.
Connell's here, yeah. I told Daragh before the stream, bro, you know, we're a City channel and you're sitting there wearing a Fiorentina jersey.
It's
fun. I was like, you know what, it's a very nice
That's all right, that is.
It's a nice top.
That's the esports kit. That's all right. That's more like a train
one.
Actually, speaking of train top, you know the white one with like the blue bridge design on it? You know the one?
Lewis wears that in the
yeah. That one. I got that yesterday. It's only 30 quid. Well, it gone down 30 quid, a bit more for shipping. I think it was like 5 for shipping or something. 35 all in.
King Sergio Returns podcast name. You know what, runners? We actually spoke a lot about Aguero and potential transfer targets. I'm actually curious to know what you guys watching. We've got 13 people on the stream. Leave a like if you would, if you're here and you want to get involved. But we actually spoke a lot, runners, about possible transfer targets for City this summer. You know, we spoke about Haaland, Messi, Kane, and Daragh. I think you're going to have to state Daragh, you're going to have to state your argument live here in front of the people. For Lukaku, I'm sorry, guys. I cannot get behind Lukaku in a Manchester City shirt. He's not the one.
Before we go for it, there's no takeaway. It was just a catchy title, to be honest. That's what Davin asked. Davin said something about it, but there's no takeaway.
Next week.
I mean, I can't see. I don't know why you wouldn't take him if it's a reserve option. Like as in, if we don't get Haaland, I don't know why you wouldn't take him.
Because he's not. He's a bagsman. He is a bagsman, and he scores lots of goals from that kind of 6 yard.
It's better than what we have. Let's be honest.
Yeah, he is. He scores more goals than Jesus, but in terms of like a player you want to get 4 or 5 years out of that would fit perfectly into Pep's system and City's system, I just don't think Lukaku has that. He doesn't have in his all round game enough versatility. You know, Pep likes players who can add a lot more than just what Lukaku does. And I suppose the only argument in favor of Lukaku is that he's got that fantastic link up with Kevin De Bruyne. Did you tell me earlier on that he's Belgium's all-time top goal scorer?
I'm pretty sure he is. Joe told me he was.
Listen, don't get me involved in this one, all right? I didn't say anything. Leave it.
Is he top scorer?
I'll find out.
Joe, out. Anyway, let's read some of the comments. Sergio Aguero investigated for domestic abuse. Tomorrow's title. That is not tomorrow's title. Renner says Haaland is number one for me. That's exactly what I said, Renners. And I think every City fan's the exact same. Erling Haaland has to be the number uno priority for City this summer. Just you go into the Dortmund boardroom and you say, listen, lads, how many zeros do you want on the check? We'll take him. Because the thing is, he could be a direct replacement for Aguero. You know what I mean? You could get 10 years out of him if you put enough zeros on his wage packet. Surely you're in the same boat there. Don't try to tell me Lukaku.
Oh no, definitely no, Christ. I prefer to have Haaland 100%. But I'm saying if we don't, I mean, we said this in the podcast. Like it's not me saying make him number one priority. It's can't get Haaland, which I don't know. It's not 100% sure we are going to get Haaland.
No, it's not. I think there's been 4 Premier League clubs like semi-linked with Haaland. It was ourselves, United, Chelsea and Liverpool. And I think, in fairness, we have the best chance of getting him. We've got the best manager. We've got the most money ready to spend because we were supposed to spend 300 million last summer, didn't spend it. Maybe we're saving it for this summer. But my alternative to Haaland, if he wasn't a possibility, was Kane. Harry Kane. You know, he's 27 now. He's won absolutely nada. And I've said this as well so many times in our previous shows that Harry Kane is far too good to go his whole career without winning anything. And we just thumped them 3-0 the other week. And he's probably looking at our team saying, listen, Jesus, he's not the man. He's not as good as me. Aguero is made of glass. He's always injured, or else he's going to finish his career and move on somewhere else very soon. I could slot in nicely to that team. Do you know what I mean? Harry Kane. Could you imagine the link-ups, say, between De Bruyne, Bernardo, whoever else is there, Foden and Kane? The goals, man. The goals. Surely you back Kane as well.
200 million, man. I'm not paying 200. You wouldn't pay 200 million for Kane. I don't care what you'd say.
Do you really think Daniel Levy's going to look for 200 million for him?
Yes. He's under contract. He'll be one of the best. Like, he's one of the best all-around strikers in the world. Like, he's top of the assist charts at the minute. And he's up there with goals. Under contract for a long time. He's best striker in the league. Probably top 3 in the world. Like, there's not a chance going to look for anything less than 200 million. Especially if it's Premier League. He's selling to a Premier League club as well.
Yeah, but do we know how long is left on Kane's contract? Or does anybody in the chat maybe know?
3 years or something. No, he's only signed a while ago, didn't he?
I think it'd be silly for Kane to spend the rest of his career at Spurs, because let's be real, they're not going to win anything. And that's just it. Renner says Haaland or just keep Jesus for me. Yeah, I mean, I backed the Haaland part, but not Jesus. Renners. What about Jack Grealish? Renners? Would you take him? If anybody doesn't know, Renners absolutely hates Jack Grealish. He absolutely hates him. Daragh and Renners have had so many arguments over whether Jack Grealish should end up at City or not. I don't think he will end up at City, but
see, Davin said something about loaning Haaland back. I mean, like, he's too high profile of an end to loan back. At least with Keita, he was more. Like, to be honest, I hadn't heard of Keita until he went to Liverpool. That's just me having a lack of fucking European knowledge, though, really. Like,
yeah, no, there's no way.
You can't loan Haaland back. It's completely different.
No, I think
Liverpool would have had to pay another 10 million or something to get Keita early, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that, wasn't it?
Something at the time, yeah. I could be wrong there now as well, but I don't watch Luke.
I only know story. No. Joe, sorry, man.
It's funny.
Connell said 2024. See, that's another 3 years for Kane, and that'll bring him up to 30. I would have thought he'd like to play at least somewhat of his prime years at a club. I'm not just saying City because I'd like to see him there, because I would like to see him there, but I personally see Harry Kane moving on somewhere other than Spurs if he has any aspirations of winning it. Jesus 1-on-1 yesterday shows he's not clinical enough. Well, mate, I couldn't agree anymore. Jesus, he needs 8-9 chances to put one in the back of the net. Yes, he stabbed one in from 3 yards, which is exactly what you'd expect from any striker to put one away like that. But I'm sorry, in terms of actual return on performances and goals, he's not there, man. He's not the one. We're so used to the clinicalness of Sergio Aguero over the past 10 years that I just think it's fair to say Jesus ain't the one. You know, myself and Daragh agreed. What's that?
Davin just said there about how Dortmund won't want to lose their 2 main men. They don't sell Dortmund. If they don't sell up Haaland this summer, they're losing for about 50 million less next summer, because they get 120 million easy this summer, and then they've 75 million euro release clause next summer. So I mean, they're selling them now. It's getting nearly double the profit. Like,
the thing is, Haaland himself, I'm sure at this stage he's well aware that he's capable of playing for a better team than Dortmund. They are a good team, but he's different gravy in comparison to the rest of the Dortmund players and probably previous strikers they've had. And I mean, look, if you look at their top previous strikers, did Lewandowski play for them for a while? I don't know.
What, Dortmund? Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, sorry, and he moved on to Bayern. I said though, I had a sneaking suspicion. I said in our podcast that I thought Bayern, or I think Bayern, could be a potential destination for Erling Haaland, because they're the big boys in Germany. They're absolutely flying high at the moment, and they've probably got more Champions Leagues in this team to go, because they've got a fairly young squad, if I'm not mistaken. And if they broke the bank and got Erling Haaland in, they'd be pretty well unstoppable, and they're probably going to be looking for a
new subscriber
replacement fairly soon. New subscriber. Does it say who it is?
Darren O'Toole.
Big up Darren O'Toole. We've got 9 people in the chat. Hit the like button if you would, guys. It means a lot to us. We want these. We're probably going to do this every Thursday. Hugh and Darragh's Thursday night takeaway. That was Darragh's title. So if you think it's a bit cringe, just give him the stick. You know what I mean? But we'll probably do this every Thursday.
You said it was allowed, so it's grand.
I said it was allowed because I like it, but I'm not taking the risk that other people won't.
It's a brilliant title.
Ferran season always comes in and
SA7. That's
SA7. Lads, be signing any professional footballers? I would certainly hope so. I would certainly hope so.
No, Davin, just for you, I got a takeaway, right? I got a takeaway next week. Hugh doesn't need takeaway, but the same, so I've never seen him get a takeaway.
What, do I have to stream every time I get a takeaway? Well, next week.
Get your man to make the fajitas again.
Renners has responded on Grealish. Grealish over Lukaku any day. Me and Daragh don't argue. We just have adult disagreement. That's a fair point. Adult disagreement. Yeah. Now I didn't mean they actually argue. I think Daragh just.
We have.
You're a big fan of Grealish.
Yeah, I mean, I really like him. Well, apart from the obvious, but he's. I think he's. I take him any day of the week. Well, depends on the price really, doesn't it? But like if they come up to us saying 100 million, then they're like, no, I know you think he's worth that.
I do, yeah, absolutely.
Would you pay 100 million for him?
Yeah, well, it's not my money, but I'd.
Right, if you're City, do you go out of the way to make Jack Grealish a number 1 signing of all time?
No, absolutely not.
Think of it that way.
I think. I don't think he will be. Even if we were to get him this summer for 100 million, I believe there will be another player we will get for more than 100 million this summer.
I don't see us spending 100 million transfers in the one summer.
Well, listen, man. They said last summer we've got a 300 million transfer budget, and they only spent. I know what they didn't spend it. Yeah,
120 wasn't it? Torres, Ake, Diaz.
Torres, Ake, Diaz.
30 million. Torres was 20. Ake was 40. Diaz was around
60.
So yeah, was it 60?
I think it was 60. Yeah. Well, I could be wrong, but yeah, I think it's something like that. But we sold players though, didn't we? We sold Otamendi.
Sold
Sane, yeah. Unfortunately, I absolutely love that guy.
We're not missing him at the minute. I love Sane, but we're not. Well, I don't like him now, but I loved him when he was here, and we're not missing him.
I miss him, man. I thought he was absolutely.
You should get the KFC pizza.
KFC pizza. Ew. What?
Have you not seen that?
The KFC pizza.
Yeah, have you not seen it?
No.
I don't know if it looks nice. I know Davin rates it, but I don't know if it looks nice, to be honest. I'm sure it will be nice.
I would not eat a pizza from KFC.
No, 1 minute. Joe, if I share something on the screen, you won't be able to see on that, will you?
It might do something with your camera. It might offset it because you had another window. So.
Yeah, right, fair enough.
You can share it. I can go to a different screen if you want.
No, I just wanted to show him what it looks like, but it looks alright.
Put it in the Discord chat. Just put a picture in the Discord.
It's chicken popcorn.
Nah, Davin, I'm not with that, mate. No KFC pizzas. Let me know how you get on, but it's not for me.
Yeah.
Disgraceful.
Remind me to never trust you again. KFC pizza sounds nasty.
I knew Renners would back me up on that one. Big up Renners.
Yeah, Renners more of a fish and chips bloke. You can tell by him. Toast. Oh yeah, we saw Toasum for. It wasn't £1 million, was it? I think it was like 4 million, wasn't it? Still, they got. They got a steal, whatever it was. I thought it was pretty. I think it's a pretty good sign. He's starting for them.
They got a steal, yeah, but you have to bear in mind that he was never going to play for us. We just signed Diaz and Ake, and we already had Laporte, and to be fair, back then Stones wasn't really in the mix, but
Garcia.
He's doing the. Yeah, geez, he's still at the club. I completely forgot about him.
Yeah. I saw him yesterday. The Park gave him a high five at the end of the game. That's when I remember he still existed. Why was he timed out? Why did he get timed out? What was he saying?
Listen, we've got the feds in the chat, so anything that Joe doesn't like, you'll be putting the time out. So don't put that on us. It's made by Pizza Hut. It's a collaboration, not straight from KFC. Okay, I suppose that's a bit more normal. I don't know about pizza from actually KFC. What's anybody saying on West Ham tomorrow or Saturday? Sorry, we got West Ham. Is it 12 o'clock Saturday morning? We just recorded a preview for that, which will go out tomorrow. But what's anyone's predictions? Anyone's thoughts on the game? Do we think Aguero will start? Do we think KDB will play? Will Stones get back in? Obviously, he didn't play against Gladbach last night. He was, I don't know whether it was rested or what, but he didn't play. What's anyone's thoughts? Daragh, what are your thoughts?
Will he play? He'll play. I think get 20 minutes over here. I don't know if he'll start. I'd see what I can get out of him starting, but last time he got injured, it was West Ham, wasn't it?
Which one's this now?
Aguero, isn't it? So we're on him.
Was it? I don't even. Man, he's had so many injuries. I just can't even remember which one. Was it? Was West Ham the last game he played?
No. But he got. I remember he came off a half time for Foden, and Foden came on and scored.
Yes. But you think we'll get half an hour out of him on Saturday?
It's definitely a possibility. Like, it's on the table. I can't see why he wouldn't get played after being out that long and coming back and getting 10 minutes out of him.
Yeah, but we said that about Kev.
It was good seeing him, though, wasn't it? It was good seeing him get games.
Yeah. There's something really special about seeing Sergio in a City shirt on the pitch and with the black hair. If you're all City fans in chat, let me know. This is one of the greatest debates of all time. Blonde hair Sergio or silver hair Sergio, isn't it? That's the one. Or black hair Sergio. If we could get some answers on that, I want to know. I'm personally gonna go with the black hair just for the sheer nostalgia. It's like he means business.
Yeah, but don't forget 18 19. He had that silver hair, and he he scored against it. Yeah, he scored that goal against it. He scored the first one, didn't
he? Yeah, he scored the first one against Liverpool. He looked well there, didn't he? Torres will score 10 goals. If he does that, SA7, you can. I don't know what you can do. That's not going to happen anyway. More 3-1 to City, unfortunately. I think Daragh said. I said 3-1, and you'll see in our preview tomorrow. My score prediction was 3-1 to City. I think we'll concede, but I think that's a relatively fair enough prediction. Renners, Sergio should come on for last half hour. Yeah, absolutely, mate. 100%. Half an hour out of Sergio. 20 minutes, half an hour. Keep building it up as the weeks go on. Get more time at him. Get more minutes in his legs. And who knows, if we manage to put a run in the Champions League together, we could potentially have a fully fit, fully confident Sergio Aguero for maybe, a semi-final or a final.
Fingers crossed. It's
a big if. It's a big if. Renners likes blonde hair Sergio. See, that's the thing. He's got so many great memories, Sergio. He's made so many great memories for the club that...
Hugh, Andrew's just texting our group chat and just said anyone else thinks he looks a bit like Ryan Carrick. We said that, didn't we?
Ryan Carrick?
The fella from the TikTok.
Oh, sorry, yeah. I don't know what I was thinking of. Oh, yeah, whatever. Ryan Carrick.
No, we said that ages ago, you're the image of him.
I just need a haircut, man. My fringe is never this long, but, lockdown on that.
Don't talk to my mother like that.
Blonde hair Sergio. Will's going to go with a 2-1 City. I think they'll go a bit more than 2. I know they're good at the back. They've got your man Souček, isn't he? He's decent.
Yeah, they've got Ogbonna as well. He's been pretty good this season.
I don't think it'll be an easy game by any means. I mean, they're quite lucky to be in the top. Well, they're not actually lucky to be in the top 4. They're doing really well, but I don't know. You'd expect.
I wouldn't call them lucky, but I think I wouldn't call them very lucky. But like they're not. If it's a normal season, they're probably not in there. But if they're there now, they deserve to be.
Yeah, absolutely, and I would.
But it has been made a bit easier for the people around them, though.
Yeah, we said this as well, myself and you earlier on, that we'd absolutely love to see West Ham get a Champions League place or even a Europa League place ahead of Liverpool or whoever else is down that end of the table of the European places. Craig Dawson, shout out, big up Craig Dawson. I heard Joe Manoa is banning everyone. Yeah, that's Joe. He's doing all the banning.
That's what Nathan said to get booted.
Well, I would be so pissed if Mahrez starts sell the waste man. Mahrez, I kind of sit in the fence with Mahrez. Sometimes I really like him. Sometimes he really pisses me off. But I don't have any problem.
You said sell him. I wouldn't slag him off now, but I do. It wouldn't. I wouldn't be annoyed if he sold him. But then again, he still plays the City. Try not to be too critical about him, at least publicly.
He scored bare goals.
Scored in 4 games this season.
Did he get a hat-trick in one of them, didn't
he? Yeah, 1. Right, he scored against West Brom, Burnley, Everton, and the other one was Leicester. Oh. He scores loads.
Here's a
of
great bit
goals.
of contribution.
Thanks.
Here's a great bit of contribution from SA7. Every 60 seconds in Africa, a minute pass. Yeah, I think so. Runners, Mahrez, the 50-50 man. Yeah, absolutely. Someday, I think he's a real confidence player, Riyad Mahrez. If he's full of confidence, he'll look great. If he's not full of confidence, he will get on your nerves. What are your actual thoughts on Mahrez, Daragh?
Not good enough anymore. I mean, he was when we signed him. I was on the fence about it, but at the same time, I was like, no, he has the ability to be good. But now he's just like I remember. Do you remember we played Cheltenham, right? And he started. He just didn't want to be there. He was just like he just thought it was below him being there. You know what I mean? Being on that pitch. He didn't like the way he went around it, and he ended up did he come off? I think he came off, didn't he? And we got the bit of, or at least when Foden came on, we got the big burst of energy.
Do you think it was actually a case of him thinking he was too good to be there?
Yeah. So I think that's what it was because he's just kind of walking around not doing anything at all.
I don't. No respect for a man with glasses. You know this, Daragh. You've lost Davin's respect.
Davin wears glasses.
I wear glasses too, but I think if I wear mine, we'll look too similar because mine are pretty well the exact same as yours.
Wait,
Mahrez or Sancho? I'm gonna go Mahrez, personally.
Come on.
Yeah, I don't want Jadon Sancho at all. Like, he's a good player, but I don't think he's any better than what we already have.
Oh, there's Alatinji. I know Alatinji. He's from
Alatinji, yes. How are you, mate? Would you take Sancho over Mahrez there?
But I mean, if you look at it in one way, like why is Mahrez 30? He's 30. He went 30 the other day, actually.
He just turned 30 the other day, yeah.
Sancho's 21.
He could be even less, maybe.
Well, let's say he's 21, right? That's already a 9-year difference. He's faster than Mahrez. I don't know if he's better dribbler than Mahrez, but he's definitely faster than Mahrez. He beat more men, and I don't think teams will double up Jadon Sancho either. So I think he get a better run of it. Like I think
in the Premier League they would.
You think?
In the Premier League they'd double up on him, yeah. Like they double up on Mahrez, they're going to double up on Sancho. And when Sterling's in fine form, like we saw against Liverpool last season,
man not taking Sancho. I'm taking Sancho. I'm not.
I'm
not backing your madness here now.
I don't like it's. I don't think he's a target. Like I don't really. He's not really on my radar, Sancho. I think he's off to United. Is it this summer?
Possibly.
Like most likely.
I take Sancho every day of the week.
Sancho, Mahrez. It's kind of hard to compare them, though, really, isn't it?
Yeah, they are different players.
I mean, he is quality, Sancho. I'm not going to sit here and say he's crap, but I mean, we've got Foden. We don't need any other English youngsters. We've got Phil Foden.
Yeah, he is right though. They do both have crap attitude. How many accounts do you have, man? This is third one now. Haaland. That is Fitzy. Hello.
United won't pay the money. I think they will, runners. I think they will.
Enough.
Torres go that he can do the job.
They've got the money, haven't they? Now, I mean, they didn't want to pay. Was it 100 million? Like his price is going to be at least 20 million taken off. He's not having a great season. He's going to have at least 20 million taken off since he started sulking.
Yeah, man, his attitude stinks. He seems to be the kind of player that if he's not the star of the dressing room, he gets pissed off. I don't know if you really want that in the dressing room. I mean, is that not one of the reasons that we got rid of him in the first place?
Yeah, he wanted for the same time, but he made the right decision. But he was 16. I don't know how he I don't understand how he thought he was going to get in when we had Son, we had Sterling. We didn't have Mahrez at that point, did we? That was the year before. Or was it the year of it?
I actually know it all blends into one.
Hopefully, Andrew, he is shy.
United's interest has cooled, according. Oh, really? I thought they were really pushing hard for him.
Ornstein is he's fairly what's the word I'm looking for?
Reliable.
He's fairly reliable. And he said competent. Same link with Rafinha. Yeah, Rafinha. I don't know why Leeds at sell him after this season though. Now, he is good. Probably he could be too good for Leeds. I don't know. I haven't actually watched much of them, but he's
The Leeds fans like him a lot, Rafinha.
From the small bit, I think he scored a free kick. Was it last night? Scored a free kick the night before.
I don't watch them.
Yeah, we had just signed Mahrez when we left. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Isn't what's that young fella's name that we just got rid of, or he's gone out on loan? You know, Jayden Braff. But didn't he have another stick attitude as well? It's clear that Pep just doesn't like players.
But he was worse. Yeah, he was apparently worse. He told Fernandinho to fuck off when he asked him to pick up the balls and train him.
Yeah, you can't be doing that, mate. You can't. And
he'd always be on Snapchat showing off his watches and that's just acting. He's just acting the bollocks, isn't he? Like, he's meant to be good though. I'd still sell him if he's like that and he's going to be in the training ground like that. I'd get rid of him.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Again, we've been lowballed again though, because it's only 99 million. It's only 9 million.
Yeah. Olatunji says Man United are interested in every player who gets in form. That seems to be the case always, doesn't it? Daragh, doesn't it? Isn't every player that ever gets decent, particularly in the Premier League, they're immediately like Sky Sports and all the broadcasters hop on board straight away. It's United should sign him, and then all the journalists.
Wesley Schneider got linked with that for years. Wesley Schneider was like their number one target for about 6 years in a row, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think he was too.
Inter won the World Cup. Inter won the Champions League. Then he had a good World Cup with Holland in the same year, and then it just went mental from
there. I think on the Jack Grealish situation, I think it's more likely he'll end up at United than City, to be honest. I think that could be a decent destination for him in the end. Hopefully not. We don't want them to get any better, but there you go. Braff is half the player Sancho was at the same age. I watched both at youth level. I never watched much of. I can't say I saw Sancho at youth level, but I did see Braff. And he looked decent. He just didn't have much of a work rate. He's got great ability, just not much work rate. What was you saying?
Sorry, no, Andrew just told me to sit in the middle.
All right. Daragh, you're on Snapchat during the podcast.
Yeah, he's texting. I saw
man. I can see Daragh. I can see he's not fucking concentrating.
You can see the reflection.
He's a daughter, Daragh is. You can't do anything with this fella. I don't see Grealish leaving Villa. He's just signed a massive contract, hasn't he? He's a 5-year deal or something. So I think that's on the basis that if he is to leave, Villa will get a massive payout because I think he wants his own club, the club he loves that much, to get some money from if it is to happen. But it could be a case of where he actually wants to finish his career there. He's a club captain. He's doing really well for them, and he's the star of the show.
Club. It's not like they're a small club. Club,
No, they're not.
How do you go about
making the graphics? We have a couple, or Joe, we've two lads.
Joe and Ethan can do it.
Joe and Ethan both do the graphics, yeah.
I heard my name. Have I been summoned?
It's
out, Joe.
He's talking about graphics. Jordan's in. It's because he has glasses.
Jody Buddy, are you there?
Hugh, is he Jizzy Frizzy?
Hugh snapping, is he? Yeah, I'm snapping at him, man. He doesn't take it seriously. He sits there on his phone.
On the graphics, Ethan did the last couple, but I do most of them.
I like the Pep one, man. Yeah. Obviously, I'll keep the lid on that, but it's pretty nice. 3
youth players to make it at City is Doyle, Palmer, and Delap. Yeah, see, the thing with Delap is, I think we've all wanted to see him for the guts of a year now, really, but Pep is not willing to give him a chance. What does anyone else think of Delap? What do you think of Delap? I don't think we've actually talked about him in any of our shows.
Delap, he loves a red card, doesn't
he? Yeah, did you watch him in that youth team game where he did get he scored a hat trick that got sent off?
He loves a hat trick and he loves to get sent off in the exact same game.
He likes to finish the game in style, come out and bang in a load of goals and then get himself a red card. But
that weird 3-week period where he had no striker whatsoever and he wasn't called up was ridiculous.
Sure, he scored, didn't he, on his debut?
Yeah, but then he came on for like 10 minutes against Leicester. But then remember during Christmas when Jesus
hit the bar.
He did hit the bar actually. Jesus was out and Aguero were both out during Christmas. Delap didn't even. I think he made one team. Came on. Did he come on Champions League or did he come on somewhere else?
No, I don't think he's eligible to play Champions League in Delap.
Joe Hodge. Oh yeah, he's gone to Derry, isn't he?
Joe Hodge is the centre mid from the City Academy who just signed for Derry City in the League of Ireland. I've seen Joe Hodge play a lot of times for the youth team, and I think he's absolutely quality. I really do. I just don't know. Where he'd fit into the first team if it was ever to happen, because we know we've got Rodri.
That midfield is too stacked. That midfield is way too stacked for him to get looking.
He's quite small, Joe Hodges as well. Lap against Burnley, a couple in their centre backs. Yeah, he was good, wasn't he? Really as good as time in Celtics. Honest.
Bring Jack Byrne for competition.
Bring Jack Byrne? No way. Jack Byrne apparently was absolutely class when he was at the City Academy.
Yeah, I think that could have been another attitude thing, but I don't know. That's me having no proof whatsoever. That's just me throwing out there. That could end up being another attitude thing. But I think we had Pellegrini then, didn't we? So
was he ever? He used to train. I think he trained briefly with the first team, didn't he?
I don't know if it was a Pellegrini or Pep though.
No, it wouldn't be Pep. It was Pellegrini.
It was at least Pep. It was before Pep. If it was before Pep, it's only Pellegrini because it wasn't Genie.
Jack Byrne would challenge Foden for a spot. That is absolute slander, mate. I'm not having that. Jack Byrne, he's not getting his game in Cyprus.
Ben, I wouldn't I wouldn't know much about him, to be honest. See, I don't know.
Yes. Can you discuss Mick McCarthy getting sacked from Greece? And now as Cardiff in the playoffs.
Yeah. He wasn't at Greece. He was at not Limassol. Where has he got? Yeah. Is it? Yeah, he was there, and that's how Jack Byrne got there. Then he got sacked about 2 games after.
Got sacked 5 days after, yeah.
But now Cardiff but Cardiff have a good team though. Good championship team.
I found it very strange the trip to the appointment in Greece in the first place, the Applewell appointment for Mick McCarthy.
He was a director of football. He wasn't even a manager, director of football. And Terry Connor was still there. What's
really?
He even do? Yeah, what's he even do?
I can't tell you that.
Like, he got Wolves. Remember when McCarthy was sacked from Wolves? And then Terry Connor's first game was against us. We beat them 2-0. That was 9 years ago now, you know.
Yeah.
Playing Bakun, I know that.
Think they're your mates, Daragh?
Oh no, it's just oh yeah, they're playing Bakuna. No, they don't. I didn't know if they had a good team, to be honest. No, it's just us two on the podcast. Joe would come on. It's no one from City extra on. And Latingy doesn't. So.
I'm not going to try to read that out. Nathan Hinch.
Yeah, no, I was looking at it for a while, the one about Eric Smith, but I don't know who he is. Hugh is he completely sneak dizzy for busy man, Zizzy Jack.
Leicester losing to Slavia Praha. How did Arsenal get on the end actually with Benfica?
They won last couple of minute winner. Aubameyang.
Obama who?
Obama what? I'm not don't finish that. Shocking.
I'm not going to do it off camera.
Yeah, he scored a header like a few minutes ago and they had the VAR check for.
Next Thursday will just be the two lads and a takeaway. Yeah, we'll get takeaway next week. Just for you, Davin.
I might try if that KFC pizza is too much. I'm not gonna go for myself, but I just want to try it, you know, because it could either be. I don't know if it'll either be really good or really shy.
I'm not trying that ever. City Football Group by random clubs. I wish they bought a club where we can send our youth players to so they can get up to senior football level like a B team. Have we not been kind of doing that slightly with Girona?
Yeah, we have Girona because that's where we sent Pedro Porro there for a while, didn't we? And we sent your man Pablo Moreno.
And Patrick Roberts as well, he was there.
Oh yeah, he did, didn't he? He's not great though.
He was absolutely class for Celtic, Patrick Roberts. Probably should have stayed there permanently in my opinion. Chipper or Chinese lads? Chinese for me. Yeah. 100% Colin. I'm back on the Chinese, mate.
No, I'm back on the Chinese. Chipper. I like a kebab more than I like a spice bag, really. So I'm gonna stay with the kebab.
Yeah, you love a kebab, don't you? I was gonna take away with you because you'll make me hungry eating it. Yeah, I do. You can join it, man.
I thought that was a nice. I thought that was a nice cross from Saka actually, because someone's had to give him stick. Yeah, Davin got both myself and Davin got a mystery jersey. They're both Girona. He got the away.
Oh, you
kit.
showed me that.
Yeah,
you showed me
Davin
that.
got
It's
the
actually a
yellow
nice top.
Yeah.
It's nice. Your one's a nice shirt, anyway. What I'm saying.
I actually do like it. Yeah, it's a bit weird. That here, have a look at the chat there I put in it. But yeah, I don't know. I like a bit of a kebab. But I don't know if it's a kebab he died after eating, but he was on the toilet when he died. In nature.
This is the KFC pizza you sent me.
Yeah, it looks stale. I don't know. I don't know. Like
that's a no from me.
It looks like a nice pizza, to be honest. I'm just not sure about chicken popcorn. Like, I do like KFC chicken popcorn, but I don't know how well it'd be. Nice it'd be. And what's that in the crust?
I don't know. Do Girona have the ability to make City youth players first team level? Probably. I don't know. Probably not.
He died of a heart attack in the toilet. I thought.
Ellis did.
He died. Like, he died on the toilet, I'm sure. Did you?
I'm sorry, Davin. It's just not for me.
I don't know. I don't know if they have the ability to be. I think they're in the second. Yeah, because they were in the promotion playoff last year, and they didn't go up. I think Elche went up last year from the playoff. So they're still a second tier team, right? So I don't know if you can't go from one season. You can't be a City fringe player to a Girona player to a City first team player. That's impossible. Then.
What about this, for example? Taylor Harwood-Bellis gone to Blackburn. Do you think he can go from doing a bit of time at Blackburn to becoming a first team player?
Like a consistent, regular first team player now.
It's what you'd hope for, really. At the end
because he's a good player. It's without a doubt he's a good player, but he's like he'll have Ake ahead of him, he'll have Stones ahead of him, he'll have obviously Stones and Laporte ahead of him as well. Like, you know what I mean? It's that the toughest place to get in right now is probably the centre backs, since we have four, well, at least three currently on world class form centre backs. Then we have Ake to come back. The midfield's hard enough to get into as well, but if you're a striker, you're kind of licking your lips, aren't you?
Yeah, that's what I was saying about Kane. He'd be looking to teams like ourselves who could do with a striker.
Yeah, I don't watch Harvey to be honest. I don't like him because of his haircut. He was saying stay.
I don't know. I think Liverpool could do with anyone who might be able to do a job for them at this stage. They're pretty crap.
Yeah, that Firmino fella's poor. Harvey
had a Phil Foden. No way. Absolutely not.
I think Harvey Eddie is actually doing alright, isn't he? The championship.
He's like Ryan Brewster. He's just
how they got 30 million for him, I'll never know. But Andy said something about Champions League. I think we can. I don't see why we can't.
Yeah, I think we can, but
we can. It's
judging by the performance.
We don't know. Yeah, we don't know if we will. We know we can. At least.
Brewster shouldn't have left. Yeah, maybe he shouldn't have. Probably too much pressure on him where he is now to score the goals. But
what happened was no one was expecting Sheffield to go down. You know what I mean? He thought he was going to between, like, they finished 9th last season. We knew they were going to drop off a little bit, but now, like, they were like at one stage they were on course to being the worst Premier League team of all time. So he's gone into a place with pressure where he didn't know there would be as much pressure. So, like, you kind of feel from him that stage. You know what I mean? But like, if you're Liverpool, you see you can get 30 million for that young fleet, you're going for it straight away.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, he was never going to be a starter while the lads are already there playing.
He probably will, I think, Andy.
Yeah, I think there's a possibility of it happening. I thought a bit. You said as well last night, Daragh, about the overthinking when you saw Stones not starting, didn't you?
Yeah, like, it was. I don't know if it was overthinking. I understood why, because he wanted the left foot centre back, but it was a bit. You can tell he's overthinking it a little bit by having Walker in as well.
I thought Walker was good. I thought he was very good.
Oh, he was good, yeah, but it was still it's still another one of those where he's not really in great form as Zinchenko is. So.
Yeah, that was one of the major surprises for me, was Zinchenko not starting. He's been class recently, hasn't he?
I agree with you, Andy. I think he probably would do better if he has that kind of service around him.
Who's the lesbian?
Firmino.
Oh, right. Yeah, well, he probably would. I don't really rate Firmino too highly either, but he'd definitely do better than where he is right now.
He's grand. He's grand with he's grand when it comes to link up, but regardless if he's defensive or attacking, whatever the fuck you want to call him, like he's still not scoring goals. You want your striker scoring goals, and even ours.
We've got that problem. Exactly. We've got that problem.
But at least we have players around him
Caballero.
scoring. At least we have.
Yeah, that's the difference. Yeah, they I don't think they really rely on Firmino though for goals, do they? And when you've got Salah,
No, I mean
beside him.
Salah's top scorer.
Yeah, he's class. Come on, Liverpool. Go on, Liverpool.
Oh, shut
Not doing too great.
You see, Connor S. That's my little brother. So
your little brother is a Liverpool fan.
Because their dad's a Liverpool fan. Firmino's too good.
Yeah.
Too good. If Gene, would you actually make him the captain? I mean, he is leaving, isn't he?
He's leaving.
Yeah. Well, he's out of contract. Barcelona have him tapped up the fuck. I mean, I think probably will leave because it was at one stage. I think it was before or after Christmas, but it was in December. It was basically like you have a week to give us your decision, and it never came out what the decision was. So I think he will leave.
I don't know if that's a good move for Barcelona, to be honest.
I would, yeah. I think if anyone's going to be captain, it'd be Robertson because Henderson's out for 3 months. Or 12 weeks, isn't it? So yeah, that is in months. Yeah, I think Robertson would be a good captain because I think everyone on that team likes him.
Hate Andy Robertson. He'd be a great player. He'd be a great player to have in your team, but he's a pain to play against.
Yeah, he's a good wind-up in fairness. Did you see that thing? There's 2 tweets, right? There was one that was like, my problematic king. It was a video of Bruno Fernandes. I think he got sent off there saying, my problematic king. And then it was like, until it's Robertson, and he's a banker then. You know what I mean? There's United fans thought about that. And then it was like, oh, until Robertson does it, then he's a prick.
Yeah. Andrew says, if Milner doesn't play, I'd give it to Trent. What, captaincy to Trent? Has he not been crap recently? Did he not break a record or something? From
I don't know how well he'd deal with being a captain. Like, he's still only young, you know what I mean? No doubt he has good mentality, but he's still only young. If there's anyone going to be there, you'd have Robertson.
Yeah. I guess Robertson as well. How long is it that Jordan Henderson's out for? Did I see something like?
I saw 12
2
weeks,
months,
but then I saw something beside it that said 4 to 6 weeks, best case scenario. So I don't know if it's 12 weeks. Sure, that's nearly.
That's the season, isn't it? 12 weeks.
That means they're going to have to play Nat Phillips and Kabak. If they have to keep playing that for the rest of the season, I can't see them getting.
They must have some serious deal with the devil, Liverpool. They've been as much as it's been great to see them not challenge us. Really, really unlucky. Liverpool, really unlucky. I think the Van Dijk one was obviously the biggest one, but losing Henderson after the end of the season is going to put a big span in the works in their run for the Champions League.
Yeah, I mean, he's like, yeah. I mean, Henderson, he's not the best player on the team. He's one of the most important players in that team. He's a spine.
Yeah, he's just an influence, isn't he? He's just an influence.
Like, they lose him, they lose the voice in the middle of the pitch. And like, Robertson would be loud, he won't be Henderson. Like, I don't like Henderson, but if you had him on your team, you'd love him. That type of thing. Like, I know there's a lot of people don't like Fernandinho. If you have him on your team, you're gonna like him.
Yeah, that's how I feel about Robertson. I hate playing against him.
I saw this thing right a while ago. Remember when like the whole thing about Liverpool doping came out like last year, only as a joke, really. What it was is, do you know the way they get COVID tested every month or every week? The alleged drug that they were using last season comes up in COVID tests, and people are saying that's why they've gone so shit.
Oh,
because it's like, remember, I don't know if it was the Spanish team or accused of doping as well in around like 2008 to 2012, but it was the same kind of drug as that. But it's obviously, I think it's just I think it's only a joke.
What was the drug?
Thinking some form of steroids or something.
Ooh.
And it comes up in the thing.
Do you think Liverpool should sell one of Mane or Salah this summer? I mean, if I was a Liverpool fan, I wouldn't want to see either of them go. But I think, didn't Salah at some stage say he will not, like, he won't finish his career at Liverpool? He's not saying he's going to leave straight away, but he won't finish his career. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think I saw something saying he wanted to play for Madrid, but that came from Sky. Sky are actually really hit and miss.
Yeah. Do I think that Liverpool should sell them? No.
But he's like if you want to finance a big player, like they have every chance getting hand. If they get in money for Salah and they use whatever they have left, they have every chance getting hand.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, but the thing with us is we won't have to sell to buy Haaland. We can just get him in. Yeah. Liverpool would have to raise the funds somehow. If Mbappe or Haaland comes in, I would sell one of them. Well, listen, if I was a Liverpool fan, I would happily take Mbappe or Haaland over one of them. Mbappe or Haaland are the future. They're absolutely killing it right now, aren't they? I reckon Liverpool sign me and we'll win. Yeah, at least I'd like to you back yourself.
Sean Lee played for Brookfield and St. Francis. I was the assistant coach on that team. That's Connor's friend.
Oh, cool. Big up Sean Lee. Both going 30. Yeah, they're getting on a bit, so maybe cash in now and take the money.
See, they're gonna like if they don't get top 4, they're gonna want to live. Like Salah's not gonna spend he's 20, 28, 29, whatever. He's not gonna want to spend some of his prime years in the Europa League, whether it be one season or it won't be more, but whether it just be one season or not.
Yeah, you're right, man. He's only got X amount of years left in his prime, doesn't he? He doesn't want to waste at least one of them not playing European football.
Okay.
We can only get Haaland or Mbappe if we stay in the Champions League next season. Well, that's just it.
Yeah.
Neither of those guys are going to not want to play European football. Both of them are way too good. I don't personally see Mbappe leaving PSG anytime soon. They're so good, and they'll probably give him whatever money he wants.
Leonardo earlier said that they were advancing in the contract talks, so that can only be good for them. But if they somehow get Mbappe, Messi, and Neymar all on the same payroll, there's something going on there.
Yeah, you want to be investigating that. Listen, Mbappe's Parisian himself. They'll probably give him whatever money he wants. They've got Pochettino in there. They're a very good team. They'll probably get pretty far in the Champions League this season. Possibly win it. They're one of the favourites to win it. Oh, is key. It took me almost an hour to think about this question, so please answer, guys. Anyway, here we go. Should we get Bailey? Should we get Leon Bailey? This was an ongoing question on the Discord server. No, we shouldn't.
He's still on about it, isn't he? He said, the man who must not be named is still going on about it to this day. No,
Leon Bailey ain't the one.
Why did Joe delete it?
Joe.
You're.
Genuinely think you're better off.
Yeah, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a waste of time.
That's what happened. Remember when we got banned last season? If that ban had stuck, we would have walked the league for the next 2 years. The 2 years we would have had off, we would have walked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd agree with you, Davin. I'd focus on that league before going to Europa League. There are Sports Liverpool. Yeah, brilliant. Not even. I don't know how much money you'd actually lose out on if you're missing out on Europa League. Okay, we are walking without the ban. True. Pictures. Find the picture.
Daragh is actually a diehard United fan. Are you a United fan, Daragh?
Apparently, yeah. If he finds a picture, then I'll show you.
Is there a picture of you knocking around in a United top?
No, I don't think so. I presume not.
Isn't your dad a United fan?
Yeah, my dad's a United fan, but I mean, he never bought me a United shirt.
Daragh used to support United. Only started supporting City in 2012.
Waffle. Talking shite.
You're being exposed here, Daragh. You're being exposed.
Talking shite.
You're being baited out.
He's talking absolute. Right, you see, Connor's downstairs, right? Now, when this stream is over, he's getting battered.
There is. You know what we're on about. Don't deny it. The 2008 podcast. 2011, 2012. Yes, that's us, Joe. It's the 2008 podcast. He's a child. Daragh, I think you're being exposed here, man. He's a child in it, but he still wore it. Were you wearing a United top?
I wasn't. I think I was about a year old. There's no that picture is that picture is gone. Get Kitty in on straight. Oh yeah. Kitty, come here for a minute.
See, Davin, I believe you, man. I want to see it. Send us the photo. I don't know. Put it on Twitter or something.
I have it all gone. Just look at that camera there for a second. You think it looks alright? No, go over to it.
Taking applications for a new co-host for the 1894 podcast because this guy's been baited out as a United fan.
No, I was forced into it by my. It's not. What would you? It's not. It's stepmother's. It's like stepmother. No, fucking godmother's husband. So there's no relation whatsoever. I was forced into this one holiday together.
I feel like you're going off topic a little bit here.
Look, my brother said ginger. If we change to a Liverpool book.
If we can change it to Liverpool, yes, you have a deal. You know what, Davin? I feel like you'd be a good co-host. If you can change to a City fan,
Davin would be a very good co-host.
Renners, you can 100% apply. I would 100% take you on board. Daragh, you belong on the United stand by the sounds of it.
No.
No. Can I go on it? No. Flush. All right, let's call the stream for the night. Anyway, we'll do it again next week for an hour.
They were the takeaways.
They were the takeaways for this week. We'll have more to talk about next week, I hope. It was kind of more like a Liverpool chat tonight, really, wasn't it?
I think you should talk more.
Always welcome over here, Daragh. Barstool
all United fans over there.
They're all trying to get you to be a United fan or a Liverpool fan now.
No.
Do a weekly roundup of all European football. Yeah, we'll probably talk about all that sort of stuff next week. This was kind of just like the first one.
He said switch it up. Now he says, "Nah, keep it on, brilliant." We have we can take these kind of streams switch up. I mean, we did talk about it for 10-20 minutes, didn't we?
It's kind of just like a chill, really, isn't it? Just talk about whatever. Football. Any other teams?
See you later,
See you, runners. I'll keep going. Anyway, come again next week, probably the same time, about 8:30 next Thursday, and we'll talk about whatever.
Sure, we'll see. Anyway,
we'll see what happens. Joe, end the stream. Everyone, leave a like before you go, and thanks for coming.
Or else.
Peace.